Hi all, it's Ali here and I wanted to show you my long waistcoat that I have now almost finished. I managed to get my sewing machine back. I don't know whether it's still playing up sometimes. Well, I say I don't know. I don't know if it's me that's making it play up or whether it is playing up. I seem to be having some tension issues. Trust me, the tension's building in this sitting room every time that it goes wrong. I hate that. Don't you just hate that? I'm never have road rage on the road. I'm always like that. Be calm, be calm. But when the sewing machine plays up, you'd think it was someone with road rage. The things I call it. Anyway, it's back. It's had a service, and so far I've managed to make this long waistcoat, which this was the pattern. It was called Miami style, and you'll see here it had a little pocket or fake pocket, and I decided to leave that off because, to be honest with you, I think it cuts me up. It would have cut me up. But what I am going to do on the pattern, it has no I'll show you it here. Excuse the shorts, don't really go with it. But on the pattern itself, it doesn't have anywhere to do up. It's supposed to be worn loose, like this. And it's rather nice, but I would like to have something, if I fancy, it as a way of doing it up. So what I did was I got a strip of fabric here and I folded it into four. I haven't got a piece that's open. I thought I had. How ridiculous. No point. How to show people when you haven't prepared. Here we are. What I did is I folded the fabric like this, ironed it in, and then put it together like that, and made a little strip and stitched along with my sewing machine so it came out like that. And then the idea is that I've bought these little pearl, they're like a button but they're a bead. I don't know, can you see that, with a little ring on? And what will happen is that as I stitch these on, what I've done with these, I'm going to take this off now and show you. I'm very pleased with this. The only thing is I would have preferred it if the pattern showed it so it was lined. It doesn't matter though that it's not lined, no one can see. I've hand stitched all the inside of this just because I want to wear it for a wedding. It's got a split at the bottom. Get up, you can see. It has a split at the back. I'm not very good at filming and sewing. I'm sorry about this, but you can see. And it's very simple, but it did take quite a long time to make because I wanted it really, really nice, really perfect. And adding these, what I've done is I've made that long strip like this, and then I've literally gone like that. And the next one, if you do them one under the other and you start off straight, you get a nice straight piece. And the way I'm going to sew them on is to sew all the way, a line down there, a line across here, a line up there, and a line across there, which I'm going to try and do in a minute. And then this little button here, it'll do up. It's gonna pop out until I've put it on, and I'll show you in another video when it's finished. But there you are. It'll come through this little hole. Gosh, it's fiddle-dee-dee. So I'm going to get on the sewing machine, and I'm also going to talk to you. I did go back to the sewing shop in Winchester today. They've got somewhere called C&H Fabrics. I think they're around and about. And I also bought another pattern because I've got Turkish trousers, you know, the long baggy ones, and I want to make an overskirt which goes over the top. I don't quite want this. I'd rather have it so that it comes down and round, so it's shorter at the front and like longer at the back, so it's got a curve at the back. And I would like to do it in a voile, maybe a printed voile type fabric which ties here and just goes over the top. So I haven't bought the fabric, couldn't afford it. Did see some pretty stuff though. I might get some online. but I'm going to try and make it first out of some of my fabrics that I've got. It doesn't matter if it's all different colours, because if I make it first and I don't like it, then I don't spend a ton of money on fabric. If I make it out of pieces of fabric that I've got, even if I just tack them up, you know, some of the stuff that I use for patchwork and stuff like that, what I can do then is take it apart, but at least I'll know it's been, I'll know that the pattern suits me and it looks nice over the trousers. Because the problem is, when you buy a pattern, you don't know what it looks like on you. When you go to a shop, totally different. Patterns in England, they tend to vary in price quite a lot. If I can, I get them in the sale. As it happens, of course, this one was not in the sale. Of course it wasn't. And I think I paid £9.95 for this. So when you get a pattern, you need to feel that you're really going to use it. And I think I will use it anyway. So I'm pleased with that. And I also got, I couldn't resist it. This is me all over. It's like a piece of, what they've done is they've just put it's a lovely colourful strip. And I'm just going to make a bracelet or two out of it. I just think it's cool. I mean, look, wouldn't that be nice? Just some, I don't know. I'm just going to do a bracelet or some beads on it. Or even, you know, I only bought a metre. The metre was about £1.80. I mean, how cool, how fun is that? Really colourful. I can't help myself. If anybody wonders why I haven't got any hair, it's because I've been quite stressed lately. I haven't been on YouTube as much. We've been having some issues here, which it's not really something that I need to share with you. I did, however, manage to pull tendons in my ankle. That was fun. So I've been with my leg up quite a lot. Very frustrated. I'm on to week 3 now, and my friend said, go and buy yourself some training shoes because they'll make a lot of difference. And I thought, well, like, I haven't got spent out enough money lately. It's not like we're rolling in it. So I went down, and of course, the cheaper ones didn't do it. But look at these little beauties, right? Oh, hang on a minute. I can't stand on that one. Look at those. Woohoo! Someone's going to see me coming in those. They're so white. So my new shoes, hang on, they're okay. It's round here that I've managed to knacker my tendons. I have no idea how I did it. All I can say is I think it was doing some cleaning. And this is what happens when you do housework. So I have a new philosophy. Just don't bother. Right, let's get on with a bit of sewing. So yeah, I got my machine back. I wasn't sure whether or not, I really wasn't sure whether or not it was going to work. Let's just pray that this works, because you don't want to hear me having what I call a moment of rage with this. Now, I've used pins to pin this on, but honestly, one would really be better off not using pins, but using tacking it on. That's what professionals do, I think. But I am not. I'm one of these people that wants everything to happen quickly, even though I don't really need this till I don't really need it until next year, this jacket. But I've got 2 weddings to go to. I've got one on the 4th and one on the 5th of April. So you tell me of all the things, and of course the people know each other. So I'm going to have these 2 outfits. I'm going to do a couple of stitches back, and then I'm going to go as straight as I can up the line. It does go straight over the pins, which is good. And then I'm going to take the pins out all up this line, because it just makes life a lot easier if you take them out as you go along. Otherwise, you've got pins catching on all sorts of things. And really, this is a very simple way instead of doing buttonholes. I almost prefer it. I think it looks really nice. It almost looks military. If I if I make a hash of any of this, I could even do double buttons all the way down, which again, it looks quite military. I rather like it. So that's going up. But never ever worry with sewing. You can always unpick the bugger if it goes wrong. Okay, let's go down. Let's go along here. I'm afraid my house, you can see, it's the right state. The dog. Rolo is asleep on the sofa, so I'm not disturbing him during this video. I'm so sorry, you probably won't see him. Today when we went out, I got myself a really, really nice piece of lemon cake while we were out. Gluten-free, of course. Oh my God, it was delicious. So much butter icing. Ah, it was criminal. That's what it was, criminal. One thing that the ladies told me in the sewing shop, and they are very knowledgeable in this sewing shop, and I've found this out for myself, is that patterns come up smaller, either almost 2 sizes now. One of the reasons is that I haven't got any evidence for this, but I've been told by them that as a nation, what they've done with our clothing is make the sizing another size different. So like a 10 is now a size 8. Do you get what I mean? As we get bigger as a nation, this is what they do. They did it back when I was younger, and I remember that anything that was a 16 became a 14. And then, of course, people, well, that's just the way they did it. The measurements got bigger. If you go back to patterns of the 1940s, the patterns, they're tiny. Their 14s were about the size, I don't know, 10 or 8. You know, we really have changed in our patterns, in the pattern sizing, and so we have as well out on the high street, if I'm making sense. So whenever you buy a pattern, always goes by the measurements that are on the patterns themselves, and measure yourself and make sure you've got more room. It's easier to take in. It's very difficult to let things out once you've made them, but it's much, as I say, it's much easier to to gather in. I'm almost round this. I'm going carefully because it's very easy just to make it a mess. And as I say, this is something I want to look nice. I like making clothes for weddings because I can't bear the thought of going into a shop and coming out with the same garment at the wedding as somebody else. We don't live in a large area, and it's quite likely that could happen, or something similar. If I make something totally unique, even with the patterns, if I change them up a little bit, that's always a good thing to do. Now then, is that going to bother me or not? It might do. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you an imperfection, which isn't a problem. I can deal with this in a different way. I might even put some ribbon over the top. I think it might look nice, but I'm going to show you where, if I had bothered to do some tacking, that would, or basting as some of you call it, that would have been better. But as you can see there, the line has gone a little bit higgledy-piggledy. Now I could unpick that line from there down and make sure that I might even do that and tuck them under further, or I might even put a little bit of ribbon over the top of all that. But that's going to hold beautifully. The rest of it, I mean the back, has come out fantastic. No problems with that at all. It's going to look great. I'm thrilled with this pattern. But again, this pattern cake was a size 18. Now I'm about a 16 probably, which is about an American size 14, because you're again different sizing to us. So that's what I am on the top of me. I'm probably I like things really baggy, mind you. So I've been known to buy things in a size 20, 22. And when I was much larger, I used to always buy 32s. It's hilarious because I wanted everything baggy and free. I don't like things that are tight on me at all. That's my update. That's my video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm sure I will dress up for you when it's completed and finished. Take care. Bye.